Oh, hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well today. Today we are going to look at calculating mass of a compound. This is all going to be review from previous units. We're going to look at the mass from Unit 1 and counting elements from Unit 3. So hopefully this is just a review for us, and some simple math will be involved in this. Some steps to calculating the mass of a compound. The first step is going to be to count the number of each element you have. So let's use this, for example, FeSO4. Okay, so to count the number of each element, Fe, we have one of, we have one S, and we have four oxygens. Now, we're going to multiply those by some numbers. Now, step 2 says get the element mass from the periodic table. Hopefully, you have your periodic table. If you don't, you can pull it up on Google Classroom in the Important Documents tab. You will find the periodic table that has masses on it. So the mass of iron, element 26, is 55.85. Now, the periodic table I may be using may be a decimal or two off. That's okay. We're going to round each of these to two decimal places. The mass of sulfur, element 16, is 32.07. And the mass of oxygen, we're going to round to 16. Now, when we do this math, hopefully you have a calculator. 1 times 55.85 is still 55.85. 1 times 32.07 is 32.07. And 4 times 16 is 64. Now, after we've completed step 2, so we're going to get the mass, and I guess we should add and multiply by step 1. Now we're just going to add. So 55.85 plus 32.07 plus 64 gives us 151.92. Now this is the mass for that compound. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now we're going to do 4 examples together, and then you will be free to do the work that is posted on the PowerPoint. Let's look at NO3. So for NO3, we're going to break it down. We have 1 nitrogen, we have 3 oxygens. The elemental mass for nitrogen from the periodic table is going to be 14.01, and oxygen is 16. Now 1 times 14.01 is 14.01. 16 times 3 is 48. We're going to add those together, and that gives us a mass of 62.01 for NO3. That is the mass of the compound NO3. Now let's look at another. C6H12O6. Now this one is a little bit of a bigger one, so we're still going to start with step 1. We're going to count. We have 6 carbons. We have 12 hydrogens, and we have 6 oxygens. Now, 6 carbons, and the mass of carbon is 12.01. Hydrogen, the mass of hydrogen is 1.01. Again, I'm getting these from the periodic table, in case you forget. And oxygen is 16. We are also rounding these to 2 decimal places. Okay? Use your same rounding rules as you would in anything else. So 6 times 12.01 is going to give us 72.06. 12 times 1.01 is going to give us 12.12. And 16 times 6 gives us 96. Now our last step is to add these together. So we're going to get 72.06 plus 12.12 plus 96, and that's going to give us a mass of 180.18. Now, this is our mass for this. The units for this is grams, and I'm going to go back because I forgot to put grams there and grams here. So our last step is make sure it is in grams. So we've got grams there, grams here, and now let's look at the last two. Remember when we look at this, all right, our first step is to count the elements. So we've got one Ca. Now, this ClO4, we're going to break down into Cl and O. This 2 is distributed in and multiplied. If there is not a subscript there, it is understood to be 1. So we actually have 2 chlorines, and then 2 times 4 is 8. So we actually have 8 oxygens. So now we can get the mass. The mass for calcium is 40.08. The mass for chlorine is 35.45. And the mass for oxygen is 16. Now we're just going to do our simple math. So 1 times 40.08 is 40.08. 2 times 35.45 is 70.9. And 8 times 16 is 128. After we do that, our last step is to add. So we have 40.08 plus 70.9 plus 128. And that gives us 238.98 grams. So that is our mass for calcium chlorate. Remember to distribute the 2 in. All right, now let's look at our last problem. Again, we're going to start by counting our elements. So we have 1 aluminum. We have 3 nitrogens because this is distributed in. And 3 times 3 is 9, so we have 9 oxygens. The mass for aluminum is 26.98. The mass for nitrogen is 14.01, and the mass for oxygen is 16. 1 times 26.98 is 26.98. 3 times 14.01 equals 42.03, and 9 times 16 gives us 144. So we add those up, 26.98 plus 42.03 plus 144 gives us 213.01 grams for our formula here. So just as a review, the first step, count elements. Second step, get mass from periodic table and multiply by number of elements. Number 3 is to add mass of elements. Number 4, put grams for units. So I hope this video has been a little bit of help. We are going to now look at how we will practice this through our PowerPoint. So if you look at our PowerPoint here, we are on day 11, massive compounds. You will click on this worksheet here. And I would like for you guys to please find the mass of the compounds listed here. Just take a picture of it and upload it to Google Classroom. That way we can give you a grade for today. I hope you guys are having a great time, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Have a good day.